All right, so we're gonna start things off and I'm gonna show you again, but this time, don't worry about looking at the printer to see if it's turned on. Just make sure that you've got this turned off, you've got the printer turned on. There's an on and off switch, but it'll always be on. Just plug it on, go around the front and make sure that the lights are on. And then you're gonna simply take this off, put it down like this very carefully. You're gonna hold this button right here. It's not even really a button, it's a zip tie, but it pushes onto the on button. So you're gonna hold it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let go as soon as you see the words pop up. And so it might be 5 seconds, might be 8 seconds, might be just a couple of seconds. So we're gonna just put that back in there. And then I'm gonna grab the keyboard. I'm gonna turn the keyboard on so it's green. I'm gonna hold this like I'm playing a video game. So the next steps is you need to just simply go to the program. I've done nothing. I'm just gonna click this, double click it. It's gonna go on. If you open it twice, and I'll show you that in a second, but let's just say you open it once. And now I wanna make sure that the camera's working, so I'm gonna push the release button right here. And it says it's not working. So what do? We simply go to the back. We don't turn that knob here because that has to be on M. Simply turn it off. Wait a few seconds. Turn it back on. Come around to the front. You'll see that the Canon camera is right here. You didn't see it because you didn't zoom it out. It was down at the bottom. But
you're connected up here.
Yeah, so if that didn't work, you just redo it again and be patient because it will connect. So now we're gonna press the release button. Surprise, camera's working. Simply gonna press start photo booth. Oh geez, it's doing that M thing again. So let's put the exposure to M because it has to be on manual. That's right here. And I'm gonna send you a picture of what they should be as possible settings. The reason this is so bright, and I'm just gonna change this, it should be 100 or 200, but I'll explain that in another video. I just wanna show you how to turn it on. So I've done nothing, I just changed that to M because it says it should be on M. And then I'm gonna press start. And it's gonna go through the countdown and then it's gonna print. That's it, that's all you have to do to start the photo booth. But there's one other step. You have to be able to make the pictures look good. So I'm just gonna do one other thing while we're doing this quick video. I wanna show you that this should be usually around 6.3 or 5.6, and I'm gonna send this in an email, or 7.1. So what the heck am I talking about? Well, if you go down lower and then I press the release button, you'll notice the picture is brighter or sharper, it depends on the settings. But normally you want it up at around 6.3 or 5.6 if you have it at 100. If you notice when I go higher, and you usually don't go this high, but if you did go this high, I'm just going to show you what happens. It's going to get darker. And if you want even more, it would get even darker, and then it wouldn't come out and print out too good. So I'm gonna bring this back and I'm gonna put it back to 6.3. And there we go, we're back to normal. And now I'm going to go to the ISO. These are the only two things that usually change. You can leave that at 125, don't bother touching it. Make sure this is not checked off. And make sure that's always on M. And what you're gonna do is, if it's too dark, then you could bring this up to the next one. So you'll go between 100 and 200. So you'll see it's brighter. And if you didn't have flash before, what we had to have is we had to have it at 8400, or in this case, it won't even let you do that. Yeah, there we go. It's at 6400, and that's crazy bright, and you don't want to do that because you can't even see the people. it's just all white. So you want it between, you want this to be between 6.3, 7.1, or 5.6 for the most part. And this should be only on 100 or 200. So we'll leave it at that for that part of things. Oh, and the other thing is to just let you know that just like before, if you press escape, it takes you out of it. So once again, I'm pressing escape and it takes you out of it. And there you go. You've got the settings usually stay. The only way they would change is if you know, the plug gets kicked out. And what I would suggest is once you've got the picture good, take a picture of it with your phone so you remember those settings and you don't have to do it again if someone kicks out the plug. So let's turn off the video for this one.